my god guys, this game doesn't have parrying, or stamina bar, or hitbox corn.
Possible cause of death 3. Killing myself.
This video was not sponsored, the devs have no idea who I am, but if I don't talk about this game right now, I will die because the gay and autism won't filter out of my system. Please accept this as a filler episode while waiting for your regularly scheduled content to resume. Besides, it's my channel, I can make videos about whatever games I want. Fuck you. Reverse 1999 is a gacha slot deck builder about a traumatized teenager with dapper fashion sense, her Italian twinket assistant who may or may not be romantically attracted to her, a British radio pirate, a floating apple based off Isaac Newton who is basically her dad, and the list goes on. With it being a gacha and all, I was very nervous making this video, trying to rationalize if it was worth spending dozens of hours on something nobody even wanted to watch, but no matter how much I talked myself out of it, it would not leave my mind. My reasoning said no, but my resonance said yes, we are gaming. The world of Reverse 1999 is the same as ours, but alternative history with fantasy and sci-fi elements. You know Pickles the dog? He was real, and he's playable, and you can kill God with him. There are countless story beats based on real 20th century historical events, like the Latin American literary boom and the Great War, in which there was definitely only one. Don't tell Sentinel we got a sequel, she won't take that well. Do not play Reverse 1999 if you hate turn-based combat, reading, minorities. The main draw is its art and story, with the world divided between humans and arcanists. Arcanists are the most neurodivergent coded motherfuckers in all of fiction, playing Tetris inside their brains to min-max their autism.
The world overwhelms me. Reading quiets the world, turns it into a book, and helps me understand it word by word. I am no longer afraid, and I no longer overlook the details.
The writing tackles themes of racism, ableism, sexism, just isms in general. A phenomenon called the Storm occurred in 1999, which sent the world back in time, hence the title of the game. What's even crazier is that despite being a Chinese game, the English voice acting is the intended experience. The Chinese trailers are in English, and it's really cool seeing overseas fans learn about accents and languages they aren't typically exposed to. Cultural rep is a major selling point, and for the most part they nail it, and other times we get Chapter 8. When somebody is caught in the storm, they are erased from history and cease to exist. I can't really talk about how the storm works in too much detail without massive spoilers, but the protagonist Vertin is the only person in the world who can walk through it completely unharmed. The fact that Reverse has a proper established protagonist and not some blank self-insert was the main reason I even tried it at all.
Don't worry, I'm generally a proponent of safe driving. Generally?
I can't handle self-inserts, especially when they try to get you to fantasize about dating the characters and shit. They are fictional, that would be a highly problematic planes of existence gap. Thankfully, Reverse treats its characters, especially women, like actual people with their own proper stories outside the main plot and cast. They are allowed to be highly flawed, sometimes awful people, and do gross shit like eat black goopy cum and vomit. Twice, even. Limbus Company is another gacha with a non-self-insert protagonist, so yes, I will give that a try at some point. Either way, I'm not really big on gachas and rarely stick with them for long, but I started playing Reverse all the way back in version 1.0. Of course, I've taken breaks, some really long ones even, but I always come back to check in on new story updates. Gameplay is not Reverse's strong suit, but there's a lot more room to experiment than online tier lists would have you believe. All of my 6-star units are various beautiful women, then we've just got this chud with a fishbowl for a head. While the game does give you a few free characters, most of them you'll acquire through gambling, which begs the question, how much money have I spent on this game? $0. No battle pass or subscriptions, nothing. My payment information has never been inputted. The first purchase top-up bonuses are still available. The game simply doesn't demand that much out of you. I don't earn enough currency to collect every single character, but if you save, you can quickly get enough pulls to guarantee whoever you want. Oh my god, cringe, are you seriously gambling for JPEGs? How dare you, they're PNGs. I stayed up until midnight to gamble for Marsha. My friend's already gotten her in 20 pulls. I'm fucking waiting for my update still.
Wait, huh? What? I just realized it's got for Tutu as well. What the fuck?
I have 181. You can guarantee any character you want in 140 at most. If you're lucky, you'll get it in less. That's basically how the gambling works. It's like the Chinese laws and shit. First 10 pull, let's go. I'm gonna get her straight away. Oh, it's piss yellow. No 6-star. 20. It's gonna be orange. Oh my god, it's chud purple. Fuck that. We're looking for orange. Oh, wait. Is that piss or orange? I can't tell. I think that's piss. Yeah, that's piss. Pretty sure that's piss. Yeah, okay. So that's 30, under 40. Oh, orange. Okay, this is 6-star. So that was 40, that's good. Just have to make sure it's Marsha. It's not guaranteed to be her, but we have a 50% chance. Come home. Marsha! Marsha! Hell yeah, 40. Solid. After you've successfully gambled for your unit, you can make a team of 3 or 4 and get to murdering. Let me show you what I'm working with. So this is the Game Awards 2025, carried by a French single mother who automatically wins every single category. But Infinite Cringe, where is your Flutter page? I don't have her. Surely it's of no surprise that one of the top tier supports is an 11-year-old Victorian child labourer from the 1930s. Some characters are so good that they're meta on almost every single team, but if you're missing these super OP units, you'll have to get creative and find a replacement. For a good while, I was using Kakanya and Vila for my sustain. Kakanya absorbs 50% of the damage dealt to the team, which is great for Beryl, who dies if you so much as fart in her direction. Vila is a goated single target healer and buffer, so she keeps the tank alive and buffs Beryl. This is sold. She is as broken as her mental health. Kakanya is her doomed Yuri psychiatrist, so having them on the same team is especially tragic. In a live service game where new units come out every month, does that mean there's power creep? Yes, absolutely, 100%. Do you guys remember when this was the meta-breaking top-tier DPS? Then 6 months later we got Lucy, and now there's Broom dealing 1 million damage per turn. Some content creators try to hype up the new shiny DPS every single time, but they don't matter, none of it matters. Supports are the true meta gods. Let's look at my other team, AI Slop. We've got Lucy here. She pretends to be the main damage dealer when it's actually Ulrich who's carrying, just don't tell her that.
Oh my god, Ulrich, my beloved, you absolute liquid dream. I don't care if you're 90% magnetic science goo and 10% existential dread, I need to know what you taste like. You're standing there with your shiny swirly head holding a record like you're about to drop the mixtape of my doom, so that's not just a record, that's the soundtrack of my obsession. Let's skip straight to the unspeakable union of flesh and arcanum. I don't want to just taste you, I want to merge with you. I want to get you pregnant, Ulrich. I'll risk it all for you, Ulrich. My mind, my body, my dignity. I'll become a cautionary tale in the annals of forbidden science and arcanum, but I don't care. Let's make it happen, Ulrich. Let me ruin everything for you.
But Infinite Cringe, where is your Charon? I don't have him. Despite my grievances, Reverse's gameplay is not bad at all. I actually really enjoy the roguelike modes where it just lets you break the game even with terribly put together teams like mine. And Critter Crash, bro, this is the shit. But it's the world building, art style, historical references, and nuanced character writing that keeps me coming back. A while ago I had a friend get into Reverse, so I asked them what chapter are you up to, and they said 3 or 4, and I'm like, holy shit, you're really getting through it fast. Are you liking the story? Oh, I've been skipping all the cutscenes. I literally begged them to stop playing. I know that sounds insane, but you've got this freshly baked cake right in front of you and you just chuck it in the bin and eat the plate instead. There are much better turn-based combat systems out there if gameplay is your only concern. Reverse 1999 is very special to me. The story is dark and doesn't shy away from tackling really confronting themes, while still remaining respectful towards such topics. The moments of calm amidst all that feel very comforting. The fan content is really great, especially from the Chinese community. The fanfiction scene is small but not lacking annoying either. A trend that was going around for a bit was language tier lists, where somebody would rank how well certain characters speak their respective languages. We've got French tier lists, Spanish, Russian. Some characters do great, especially when they get actors fluent in the language to do the voiceovers. Sentinel's voice actress is Swiss French, so she sounds really good.
Le destin d'une gargouille.
Other times, not so much.
Sempre caro mi fu quest'ermo colle. Legna sereno intenso ad infinito.
For characters like Sonetto, this is actually of benefit. Her roots are Italian, but she was adopted at a very young age. The time she dedicates to learning Italian is her trying to reconnect with that lost part of her life, so it makes sense for her to not sound like a native speaker. She originally had a transatlantic accent, likely based on how American and British English were what she grew up around, but they quickly ditched that and now she sounds fully American. Bit sad they did away with it because it goes to show how accents can tell us a lot about a person's background. Reverse has a handful of Australian characters and even a full story event set in my country.
Is she a local? Australians are known for their sunny disposition.
Fuck me, TikTok, this guy's got a fucking table on his fucking boot! Fuck me! Where's the fucking chairs, cunt?
This level of representation is not something I'm used to, so while I can't do anything fancy like a Russian or Spanish tier list, allow me to present the Australian accent tier list. First up, Spathadia, the face of the Australia event. Despite that, her voice actress is not Australian, she's Canadian. Let's put that aside and see how well she performs anyway.
In the future, I think I will continue to hold the Uluru Games. Maybe I'll grow too old to run one day, but Ulu and the games will always be there for everyone.
Honestly, not bad. It is a difficult accent and she clearly researched extensively how people speak here. That's the thing though, it sounds like a really good impersonation but not authentic. I could tell right away that she was not Australian. Let's move on to Ezra. His voice actress, yes, his, is also Canadian.
Ah, Miss Spathadia, you're awake. Here, take this water and the nutrition supplement capsule.
You're a boy? When did you turn into a boy?
Yes, I'm a boy. I was a boy when I was born, and I have been that way since. You want to try my hat? Sure, Miss Furton. Our heads are of a similar size, so I think it will look just well on you.
I don't know if it's just me, but I think Ezra sounds a bit more like a Kiwi. It's likely that they were going for a Melbourne accent since that's where he's from, but nobody I know from Melbourne speaks like this. Not as good as Spathadia's. It was very obvious that the voice actress is not Australian, but a good attempt regardless. Some butcher the accent, so clearly an effort was made. Ezra gets a B tier. Now we're on to Desert Flannel.
Interesting things happen during night shifts. You meet a talking dog, a swooping around UFO, a girl trapped in some TVs, and more. Well, there are boring times, of course, but I'm glad that Plappy is here with me.
This is undoubtedly an authentic Australian accent. As soon as the first syllable left her mouth, I knew. The voice actress was raised in Australia, 10 out of 10, no notes, S tier.
Well, it's not as hard as you think to juggle my roles as both a spokesperson and a ranger. I often think up my speech drafts and key points while out on my daily patrol. Sometimes I invite my colleagues over to plan while I groom my stick horse.
Grooming your stick horse, is that what men call it now? Like Desert Flannel, Brimley's voice actor is also Australian, perfect accent, S tier. Finally we have Ulu. She is the spirit of Uluru, an ancient and highly sacred natural monolith to Australia's First Nations people. She's obviously a fire spirit because our native birds are arsonists.
There's also a room for me? But it's hardly the best arrangement, given that I don't need a room and my stay may pose a fire hazard. Please. An airy fireplace will suit me just fine. They gave the spirit of Uluru the crispest Canadian accent I've ever heard. Reverse has a solid track record with its cultural depictions, but sadly Australia didn't make the cut in my opinion. So in Reverse's world, Uluru is like an ancient magical sports coliseum. While strange, it has potential for some good themes, but I can't get behind the part where people start building inside of it. Uluru is sacred, bro, you're not even allowed to climb it. Imagine somebody constructing buildings on Uluru in real life, that would be insane. Despite all this, you'd still assume that with Spathadia's involvement with a sacred indigenous landmark, she would undoubtedly be a descendant of Australia's First Nations people, right? She is not. I only found out just now after double checking her wiki. Why doesn't the Australia event about indigenous Australian culture have an indigenous Australian character?
I don't get it.
I'll just sit here with the Brazilians in the reverse fumbled our country's corner. You've probably noticed by now that some of these character designs are very strange. They're easily one of the best parts of the game, like A-Knight, Jessica, Miss Radio, Sputnik, door, and so on.
Breakfast first, then some shopping in the mall. Then I gotta take Jessica to the park for a pet's day out in the afternoon.
Each chapter spans around 4 to 8 hours. As someone who fucks immensely with visual novels, paragraph maxing gameplay is right up my alley. Pretty much every story chapter is peak fiction, rarely are there any duds. I'm especially fond of chapter 11. Charon embodies how the fatalities of war turns lives into forgotten, faceless statistics. Meanwhile, Sentinel's a French Catholic gargoyle. She's willing to do terrible things for the greater good, committing atrocities against her faith for the sake of protecting others. This is a great time to discuss the most important part about Reverse 1999.
Yo, I'm a lesbian, yeah, but I'm gonna fuck your dad, yeah, just to make you mad, yeah, I'm a lesbian.
Dude, it's so awesome. The official YouTube channel frequently reposts Yuri fan edits, base social media intern pushing the agenda. Sentinel and Marsha are great. I would kill millions to see them happy together.
Could you make a parade dress for me?
I have never before made such a dress, but I shall learn for you. Are you leaving? How may I come into your contact? The Lord only knows where the Foundation will send you once this is ended.
Don't worry. I always find a way to get in touch with you.
If all this, when all this comes to an end one day, I hope to see you again.
Me too. I hope one day to tell you all about them in person. And don't worry about me, my dear Marianne.
I like to think the Yuri god saw this French and German soldier fighting in the trenches and went, "Enemies to lovers, Yuri, go!" And boom, blessed be these lesbians. Tragically, I must inform you that Marsha and Sentinel are incompatible in gameplay. Lingering Glow and Blood Tithe are two archetypes that cancel each other out, so you can't even run the wives together on the same team. Who designed this? Hitler? Wait a minute. Lingering Glow. Blood Tithe. Oh, Sonetto, my cunty brainwashed chudette. Her and Verton have a great dynamic with lots of underlying angst. Their roles as the two main characters gives them lots of room to grow. There's also Vila and Windsong, and Adele and Felician if you're ambitious enough. Excuse me, ladies, what are you doing under that umbrella?
Schneider, what are you doing? Don't suddenly get so close to her.
You're also gorgeous. I'm getting excited.
Answer my question.
Moving on from lesbians, we have radical terrorism. These guys are Manus Vindictae. They weaponized the storm to reverse time to when Arcanists were the dominant race. Thanks to humanity's technological advancements, Arcanist skills became irrelevant, so let's just kill all the humans. Standing in their way are the Foundation, our good guys. They register and monitor Arcanists, tell them that they lack critical thinking compared to the superior human brain, and that their emotions are irrational.
We are born to die martyrs.
I fucking love killing kids! Kill children! A massive issue with gachas and live service in general is limited time events. Once those events expire, they're gone for good. Reverse at least doesn't do this, not entirely. Rather than nuking these stories from the game, they can eventually be unlocked much later on, and if you really can't wait, there's always YouTube. Maruai is great for archiving, Kai is the shit poster, Bones and Apples is the other shit poster, the holy reverse YouTuber trinity. I took a break starting from version 2.0 and didn't log back on until version 3.2. The benefit of this was that the main story had multiple updates I could jump into right away. For a whole week I spent 8+ hours a day reading to catch up. It was amazing, I'd never felt so unemployed. It's really good. The music scene and not just gachas but video games in general is super competitive. Reverse tries to diversify its genres and languages heavily. Compared to the earlier versions, it's really cool hearing the in-game soundtrack mature over time. When Reverse first started out, some characters had really bizarre ages. Here's Isolde, guess how old she is? 18. Kakanya is a psychiatrist, unqualified, and she's 19. I'm sorry, but these women look older than me. Why do they still have the word teen affixed to their ages? At some point though, the devs got possessed by the based demon. Sentinel is 26. Yes, that makes sense. Corvus is 34. No way, a 30-plus-year-old woman in anime. Noir is 41. Lucy, 181. Our beloved Gilf. Funnily enough, the male characters never had this issue. All the men likers were getting their silver foxes while we had to wait. Anyway, I've kept you long enough. Thank you for indulging my special interest if you've made it this far. Your regularly scheduled content will resume soon.